T-Bird reaction. This is part of my reaction makeup is Music Money reactions. Pretty much the rest of Music Money I was going to do. So about to get into the latest. So what's up? So with DJ Premier. This is one I think I may have to. One probably another one I probably gotta hear by the actual song or hear the story about it before I know what it is. This is Paula Perry called Extra Extra. Now, I may not be fully familiar with this, or may have by just looking at it from my perspective, but probably if I hear it, I'll probably, oh, this song right here. Because there's a couple of songs he did, I thought I didn't recognize, and then be like, oh, this is the song he's talking about right here. Alright, so without further ado, either way, it's always good to see this behind the scenes stories of DJ Premier and his work and everything. So let's get it. All right, let's get it.
I'm DJ Premier and I present to you So What's Up.
Right, hold up. So we'll cut off in the middle of my little intro. Let's get it. Oh, we did it.
Okay, computer. Run it back.
So what's up?
Did it the wrong way, but it's all good.
Let's take it back to these female MCs that know how to spit those bars. Here's one from the Fort Greene section of Brooklyn. I had to even put a little twist on it and say Brooklyn. You gotta fix it to say Brooklyn. But she calls herself the Queen of Fort Greene. And it's actually one of the scratch lines I used when I did this record with her. All right, but let's take it.
I was checking to see if there's a new rhythm roulette as well too, just in case I'm gonna add them, but it's not. So I'm good.
Back before I say her name. No, we're gonna say her name now. Paula Perry. Extra, extra. Another one of my favorite records that I produced. Simple but funky. And I love female MCs. Shout to MC Light, shout to Sparky D, shout to The Sequence, shout to Salt.
Wow, he with The Sequence, yep. And this, in case you wondering, if you think you wondering if that's for real, yes, that is. Hold on, let me go back a little bit. I'm trying to get to it.
Shout to The Sequence. In
case you wondering, yes, that is Angie Stone. She was part of a hip hop before she was well known in the R&B soul, being. Army Soul, and what was the other group she was part of? That one group that she was part of, she was into hip hop as well too. They'll call it a hip hop group called The Sequence though. Let me find the group she was part of as well too. That she did she was in like mid-90s though. But yeah, before she was going into the neo soul world with all that, and she was part of a hip hop group called The Sequences. And who's the other group that was called? Not Black. Yeah, Vertical Hold. That's what it's called. Yeah, that's the group called name. Yep. No, no. Yep, Vertical Hold. Yep. And they had a song, "See, you're much too busy." Yep, that came out in like '93. Yeah. But anyway, yep, that's Angie Stone right there. She was part of a hip hop group back then called The Sequences. So yeah, you'd be surprised with a lot of folks who did stuff back in the day before they was well known.
Shout to Salt and Pepper. Shout to the Lady of Rage. Shout to Nikki D.
Yeah.
Shout to Queen Latifah. Yep. Shout to who else? Shout to the original female MC, Shot Rock. Yes, of the Funky 4+1 More.
Yeah, one of the first ones. And shout out to her if you haven't heard another legendary rapper, Grandma's Cats, got their own little radio station on Rock the Bells Radio though too.
And on and on and on. Shout to Remy Ma. Oh man, there's so many, you know what I'm saying? Oh man. Rest in peace, a special one of the Conscious Daughters.
Oh yeah, that was recent.
Hard. You know what I'm saying?
My bad, my mom contacted me a little bit, but yeah, I remember hearing about that past. But yeah, Remy Ma and anything. But anyway.
On and on and on, shout to Remy Ma. Oh man, there's so many, you know what I'm saying? Oh man. Rest in peace, a special one of the
Yeah.
Conscious Daughters. Oof. Hard. You know what I'm saying? So shout to Gangsta Boo, R.I.P. Miss you, sweetheart. So many MCs, man, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, MC Trouble.
Yeah, I hope he's
man, it
missing
just
her.
does not stop.
I hope he's gonna mention her too. Since my always be lazy. Yeah. That was shocking right there. I was like definitely here to get going and more. Like she was just blowing up or anything in the late 80s, early 90s. Then and then next you know you heard she passed. It was so sad right there.
Stop. The list goes on and on and on and on. Shout to Eve. You know, they just hit me in the head. I'm gonna keep hitting y'all in the head. Moni Love. You know, I'm gonna stop there for now. But again,
UK.
Paula Perry. Another one that was, you know, underrated on the you know, top females that get listed on stuff, but she puts it down in grimy hardcore Brooklyn. Now,
hold on, my Junko. All right, back. Let's keep going.
let's do the backstory. I haven't done the rewind in a while, but we're doing it now. The backstory: the Juice Crew All-Star, aka Master Ace, the Music Man.
Oh, okay.
Yes, Master Ace had a label that he had started called the INC. But let's go back before that. First, he was on Prism Records. That's where all the Marley Marl productions were coming from, with Biz Marquee and Big Daddy Kane and Glamorous and of course Master Ace.
The fact he brought up Glamorous, that's awesome right there, though, man. I love her voice and verse on Juice Group All Star. I love it though.
And then from there, they moved to Cold Chillin' Records. And then as everybody started to branch off and do their own thing, Master Ace got signed to the legendary, iconic label on the West Coast, Delicious Vinyl. Delicious Vinyl, of course, housed two of the biggest artists in rap when it came to their label. Of course, Tone Loc with Wild Thing, Funky Cole Medina, and of course, Young MC, Busta Move. And they had other joints, you know, The Far Side. Oof, man, shout to The Far Side. And again, Master Ace, from being a New York artist to come sign to the label, was bringing a new style of things going on. And he actually had an album, his first album on that label was called Slaughterhouse. All right? Not to be confused with the group with Joel Ortiz, Royce the 5'9", Crooked I, or King Crooked now. And of course, Joe Budden. But this is just the name of the album, Slaughterhouse.
Side-eyed.
Moving on from there, a group of guys had
I do have a video to react to about him though. He had little words about the old Michael B. Jordan corny thing. So being called corny thing, I'm gonna check it out.
Ace about a female MC that they were working with doing her demos. Shout to Ice U Rock and shout to Pop. She was also living in Crown Heights, Brooklyn at the time, and they told Ace to come check her out. He went over there and checked it out, was very impressed with what she was putting down, and she also got signed to the INC, which was his imprint from his label. And shout to Big Beat Records too, because Ace was also there before, once Delicious Vinyl actually got picked up through them. Shout to Craig Cowman, who is still the president of Atlantic Records and all of that channel. Craig Cowman's a DJ, so he understands the ear and taste of music that passes through the pipeline. So being that it went through that channel, that now became the imprint. Again, I'll say it, I've said it before, I'll say it again, the INC. And he started to get his artists going on that label. Now with Paula Perry, even though Ace's first album appeared on Cold Chillin', it was called Take a Look Around. And shout to Brownsville, where he's from, two Brooklynites. He then did his debut album on Delicious Vinyl, and it was called Slaughterhouse. Now with Slaughterhouse, there was a record that she appeared on called Who You Jackin'. And she appeared on the Slaughterhouse intro. Here's a little piece of Who You Jackin'. Check it out.
1, 1, 2, 2, check it, I can't stay home. Gotta take a walk down a block till the payphone. Right. Nah, like I said before I walk. Stick up kids hawk, but I don't stop to talk. I keep my hand in my pocket on my razor. Get too close, and I might have to graze and a jack what I wanted.
After all that transpired, then she set out on her own and dropped a single that was really popping in the streets called Paula's Jam. Very good record. Also, I got to shout out Q45. All right?
Okay.
And during that point, she reached out to me and said, yo, I need a Primo joint. And on top of that, we had always been cool with each other because I used to live near Fort Greene in Clinton Hills, Brooklyn with Guru from 1991 to 1993 on Washington Avenue. So we were in the same vicinity. So after Paula's Jam started to bubble, then she reached out to me to do a record where Motown started to pick her up to do a project for her debut album, and one of the records that she enlisted me to do was her first single. From there, I started working on the joint. I just know that with somebody like her, I'm really into voices, and when it comes to voices like Paula's, I knew with her wordplay and rhyme style and delivery, we were gonna come out with a banger. And the dope thing about it is, once we did drop a single, she was like, video. So we had to roll the tape and get that video cracking. Now, let's back up a little bit to let you know, for those that are really late, because we're already up to 50 episodes now.
Here we go.
Sounds you hear are contained on these floppy disks, this thin little piece of stuff, hardware, you could call it, is where these sounds are stored. The weapons of choice or equipment that I chose to use was the Akai S950 sampler, connected to the MPC-60 or MPC-62, the Roger Lynn version, also made by Akai. Then controlled and synced to 2-inch tape, no digital, we were on reels. And through that, it is controlled and synced by a box called the Roland SBX80. That kept the timing of everything being in sync through these cables that we call MIDI, which speak to all of these devices. So when the tape starts to spin, everything is in sync to give you the sound of what you're gonna hear when I load this up. From that point, I think it's about that time to load this up into the S950 sampler and then trigger it with the MPC-60 or 62 Akai drum machine. And you know when you hit that play button, you get this.
Very timely here in the middle. Okay, I remember this. I do remember this, yes.
Both knives pay your fare when you're coming through. Every day I get saluted by guards on the boulevard. In my mind I know it's hard, so I'm trying to build something up. Throw the dice, raise the bank up. I take a bitch back in the days when we had cars we used to crank up. Smack them up, smell of coffee. Get up off me, chick. I'm on top of this, please. Necessities on bones that make you knees. Pure like none, scarless knees. More than a woman like the BGs. But I still squeeze these. Hollow heads for hard heads. I shock a bitch and have a wig looking like Shaka. Corn word is born. Napalm bomb and drop up on your lawn.
Extra, read the headlines. We playing landmines. We get up in that ass every time. You better ask somebody. Clone daddies, fast hotties. What we in the lobby?
As we always say, it sounds so beautiful, don't you agree? Shout to Earth, Wind & Fire, where that came from. From the Gratitude album. Dope album. I love live music. I love live performances. And this is also live. Paula Perry, extra, extra. Woo, read the headlines, you know what I'm saying? And like she said, I'll smack a bitch and leave her wig looking like Shaka. Con word is bomb. You gotta be hip hop to understand them lyrics. And shout to Shaka Khan, one of the icons of this whole industry.
Been a little hater or something. The music video, some music is here and there though, man. But still.
Shout to Rufus featuring Shaka Khan. And again, shout to the floppy disk, and y'all know that's what's up.
Too much. I hold a grudge, what? War, prepare for the mud, what? P. Perry, Sister Slash getting down and dirty, hold your head. Ain't nothing y'all can do, I'm here, I swear. Every time you hear.
Anyway, so other than that, this is what's up. Nah, I'm saying, like I said, that's what's up. That was a good Westworld. Not that had to hear to remember the song though, but yeah, because it's been a minute. I probably heard that song in a while. But yeah, other than that, if you like my reaction, like, share, subscribe to my YouTube channel though. Shout out to D's Premiere always. It's your boy T-Bear signing off. One love.